Sidebar navigation as well. This is up, down, back, so I can press this part, and it will get me to the point I want. But let's assume I want to open a contact. I can go to the contact, just tap on it. It will open up with all the contact information. I've got his numbers. Now, if I'm going to address, for example, look, the fisheye is changing from call to go to because it knows it's an address. On the bottom side, by the way, remember the shared database? I've got his messages. Now I can flip between his messages. I've got his emails. I can flip between his emails. Meetings, reminders, everything is here in one place.
So when I saw maps there, what does that jump to? The Google Maps?
It's our map. We have onboard maps. We are rendering them.
Jump to the address on your
Yeah, it will open.
map,
Yeah, exactly. It will show Las Vegas, the Expo Center. Will give you the exact map.
current location to this guy's address in this case.
From the diary, I can open all my diary application, calendar, messaging, emails, everything is here. I want to open my calendar. Go to my calendar. Here it is. I can view the rest of my week. Nothing tomorrow. I'm flying back home.
Is there any way to sync that with any third-party services like Exchange, Google, anything like that?
Yeah, you can. Both in terms of you can sync it with your PC or you can sync it with your Google or other calendars. Cool. And media, of course, all media files, GPS, album, players, everything is here. Now, this is a really revolutionary way, different way to get to all the points you want, but this is just the beginning. We told ourselves, why stop here? Why give access only to your application so you can give more than that? I can give access to all my contacts, everything. Look, let's say I'm going to my call log. I'll do a small gesture to the left now. My call log is open up. I've got everything here. Now I can go to my phone. Phone, we mentioned, the device is adapting to me. Is sorting here according to the frequency I call those people. So if I'm calling my wife every day, 10 times a day, she will be first. So the device is adopting to it. It's just another example of the
That's
adoption.
the kind of stuff I've been talking about. I'm like, you gotta be smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Give the users what they want.
Is this available now or in the future?
The device, we're in final stages of development. Let's say at the end of Q1, it will be end of development from our point of view, and we target the end of Q2 to be in market.
Price point?
Price point, this device is based on relations with carriers. It's not an open market device, so today it's in carriers' hand how much they will subsidize it.
So you won't sell it unlocked?
No, because someone needs to do the billing for services, and someone needs to do. There is relations with operators. Diary, for example. If I go to my calendar, small gesture to the left, I can see my calendar. Day agenda. Today, tomorrow. I got email. Oh, my email is here. Now, same method. If I go to new message, small gesture to the left, the people I most frequently send emails or SMSs to. If let's say I lift my finger,
That's it.
it's with the contact you can start writing.
You're in the app, writing the message, the contact's already selected. So it just saved you a bunch of steps.
Yeah.
Opening the app, selecting the person, new message, selecting the person.
Doing some of the work that it knows it should be doing. Was what you're thinking
You do this like 50 times a day. I'm just trying to save you a few clicks.
Right.
It's small, but at the end of the day,
when you're like walking down the street.
Exactly.
I like to message someone on this. It's
This is a great example, by the way.
And you're walking down the street and you're just like, I missed time.
This product is really a great example.
Yeah, this is a great example because you want to send a message, the device will ask you, okay, what do you want to send? An email, an SMS, an MMS? Gives you like a list.
On our device, right? Of type, message type. Right?
And then on this, when I call someone, it says, do you want to do a voice call or a video call?
Yeah,
I love that. It's
Nobody does video call.
Yeah.
So
I want to do a video call. You know what I mean? It's like,
let me see you do that.
let me think about that. Yeah, I want to do a video call.
Find someone that will do a video call with you. So on our device, things are much simpler. For example, if I go to a new message, just open a new message without the two. If I'm typing in the two mobile number, it knows it's an SMS. If I'm typing an email address, it knows it's an email. It's very simple. The device works for you.
If I'm typing Jason, the depends on what I have. If I have just your email address, we're sending an email. If I just have just a phone number, and again, it depends. Another thing is, if it's just text, it's one thing. If it's text with an image, okay, there's an attachment. So it's either an MMS or an email. There's some logic. Again, like you said, just use the CPU a little bit.
Right.
Just simple logic that makes easy decisions on. And it's, by the way, in most cases, it's amazing how you would think, oh, but you got to make a decision for the user. No, it's so easy. You know, everybody's doing the same thing.
Especially with the repetitiveness and frequency of what they're doing on it.
Roughly the same thing. The exceptions, I'm going to force you to make a selection.
Yeah.
It's like 1 in 100.
By the way, one of our biggest challenges was making this small query usable. Of course,
Is it okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Is it a
yeah,
portrait
it's
deal too?
tiltable. Yeah, not a problem. You can tilt it. But so most of the times you will type will be on this mode. I mean, it's an on-the-go mode.
Yeah, especially if you're going to do the more one finger type of thing.
Exactly. So we added smart algorithms in word prediction, and it works better than most of the devices in the market.
And does it learn?
It learns, yeah.
Okay,
For example, if you're typing my family name, which is not in the English dictionary, next time you will type it, it will suggest it to you. So if I'm pressing, for example, hi, and I'm just pressing general areas.
Right. It kind of figures it out as you're...
Exactly. And it works with the dictionary, for example. It will give you the words that, with the highest probability you use. There are many on the iPhone, for example. If you'll type sure, but you mistype, and instead of you pressed I, the word sire.
It's still a valid word or whatever.
No one is using it, but still it's a valid word. It will not offer you an alternative. It will not suggest the word sir or sure. So it's a classic. I mean, you can try it. You can try the QWERTY keyboard. It works.
Yeah.
Very accurate.
And even though it might appear to be smaller there,
it appears to be smaller, but it's
but
very
the targets
accurate.
are fine about picking that up.
We
Yeah.
wanted to minimize the real estate part to give you a lot of room for.
And like my name I just typed as an example, it picks up that's a name, so it capitalized it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Now there's another cool part. Look, if for example now I can type a letter by letter. Look at this magnifying glass.
Ah, yeah.
Very nice. And another small example. I'm going to the upper side. You don't see here numbers, but look.
So it figures out there's a row up there.
There's a row up there. We don't want to steal screen real estate, but it is out there, so kind of an easy access.
It's there.
Yeah.
Real quickly before we keep going. So these are all touch sensitive.
Yes.
And that's a search.
That's the we mentioned the global search on the device.
No. Global search.
So we have a global search on the device. I mean, if I'll type Madonna, so I'll get all of Madonna as a good contact, good friend of mine, so I'll get all of her information, emails, SMSs, meetings, etc. In addition to that, the device will search our backend. Madonna, music store, I have 5 albums, 100 songs, you can download, you can buy them. More than that, the device, I've got Madonna Avenue in Hollywood, would you like to navigate there? So everything is linked. So it's more than just a device search.
Okay. She's going to watch this video and say, who the hell is this guy? Never met him.
So search, back, up, down, and menu. We'll get there in a second. In media, of course, we have all media files. I can see my albums.
It's kind of a quick way to preview pictures.
Yeah, if you want to open a specific album or music or.
And what's the video player? A lot of codecs that supports for that.
We're doing. We do have a pretty solid selection. We do Windows Media. We do H.264.
Okay.
We do for audio we do everything. We do Windows Media as well and AC, MP3, all that kind of stuff. And we also do transcoding on the PC side if you need.
With like a desktop client or something.
Yeah,
like that?
desktop client. If you need some crazy files and you want to, they're full HD, whatever, we will transcode them into something and we'll crop them automatically so they fit nicely into the screen. It's a pretty cool solution.
We also created a more standard menu that people could.
So if they didn't want to use the side,
it's not about not using them. There are certain functionalities that you will need to use to have a menu, for example.
Okay.
Settings. You want to not use 3G but use 2G, for instance. So you cannot use it from the display because display is more an on-the-go.
That's your 90% of what you do is going to be in there.
Day-to-day, 90%,
Exactly. So for the small things, for example, we have calculator and converter. You don't need them the day-to-day from display.
Use it once a week or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so once a week is fine for this, and we even have a dedicated button for it. So
So we
And the geeks like to get into the under the hood stuff. So where can I go to find out more?
So they'll do this and this.
So from here you can go to all of your devices. So we have 4 groups, your most frequently used applications, info, media, and one that the user can create his own branch.
Okay.
But notice how kind of nice that the visual of that is.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like a
The
3D.
depth of
Right.
it, the
And it's got
3D.
the blurred in the background, so you know it's there.
Motion, Gaussian blur of the background, all kind of stuff like that.
So, how's service integration? Like, I see media album. Can you have a Flickr album or a
We have
Picasso
here
or something?
share, upload. Share is an email attachment. The person will open an email with the picture as an attachment. Upload will upload it to Flickr, Picasso, whatever.
Twitter?
Twitter.
Facebook? Okay.
No, we don't do
Communities,
Twitter and Facebook.
we will add communities in the update 1.1 of
Oh,
the device. Day 1 it will be without it.
It's kind of an idea of focusing on the basics and nailing them, and then we can kind of add that sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's really important, and I agree. Twitter and Facebook is basic, but it's
Growing.
it's huge,
Yeah.
and it should be. But there's an issue of just getting the basics
Yeah.
done right, and then you can add it on top, rather than scrambling to get all these things together and
Right.
getting
even
a less than
Facebook,
ideal
yeah.
experience.
Even Facebook or Twitter, we don't want just to add an application.
Exactly.
We want to
wanna
add
do
it
it
to
with
the
your
lowest level.
experience.
So when
That's
you
the
open
other
a
thing,
contract,
exactly.
you'll have your Facebook picture and all of the tweeters, all the tweets.
I want to be able to have you call me and say, here's his latest tweet and latest Facebook
There you
message,
go,
just
yeah.
like just like we do for everything else. It's got to be
Right.
integrated into that. So
Right.
it's
Okay.
it takes some.
So this is our album. I can see if I'll navigate, I can see the geotagging. Pictures are saved according to our geotagged. If I want to open a picture, of course, I just tap on it. And even the zoom in is single hand. Zoom in,
nice,
zoom out.
yeah.
You don't need 2 hands. Of course, I can tilt it here as well.
Notice how this whole everything he's done so far. I don't think he's used his second hand except
Yeah.
maybe just he
Because
doesn't
of
need it.
different angles.
Yeah,
That's
for
'cause he's
being able
holding
to view it or
He's holding it
whatever,
at a
yeah.
weird angle. But what I'm saying is, none of the stuff he's done so far, he actually needed it to
Right.
his
You
two,
don't need
both of his hands. He
Uh-huh.
didn't need to. Yeah, you just because you're kind of holding it in an
Right,
awkward
so you
angle, but
Maybe you could give me a call. I'll show you a call scenario.
Sure. Hope we have reception here. We're having some issues with the reception on T-Mobile and AT&T.
Yeah, it's CES. It's always.
Is that
There's
a
too many
standard
people on
thing?
network.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's just overloaded.
Oh,
The cells
big
are
time.
completely
I'll
overloaded.
show you now. We mentioned that nothing interrupts. A scenario, for example. I'm typing an email, and Eldad will call me. I'll show you a scenario how it does not interrupt. Same goes. I
Okay.
can shoot a video, or navigate, or everything, but still.
But it recognizes that your prime purpose at the moment is you want to create an email.
Exactly. If I'll be on the idle and do nothing, the phone will ring because I'm doing nothing.
Right.
So it gives the.
Could you call from your phone maybe? Because I'm not sure getting hers. Hers is, I think, it's a Verizon. Do you have Amir's number?
But she has, I think, an international block.
No,
can-
I'm calling from
You're
my
calling
T-
from my. Okay.
How about
Wait, I'm calling your number actually.
No, my number is. No, you want to do it on his. Amir, did you have Amir's number?
So I'll show you 2 scenarios now. The first one is an incoming call,
Okay.
how we do not interrupt. And the second one, we have a silent mode. Silent mode is I'm a businessman in a meeting, I cannot answer, or in a movies, I can still interact. You see, I can accept the call and answer it on the upper side, or I can open it. Now I'm selecting silent mode. Now I have a couple of options, like priority check, or I think it got hung up.
I'll call you. Check
It
your
kept on
message.
ringing.
No, probably networks or reception here. So I can I can ask the device to check priority check, and the person I'm interacting with will hear. If it's urgent, press star. If not, press hash. If they'll press star, for example, my wife is calling me in the middle of a meeting. It's very urgent. She press star. The call will come back to me. So I can tell her, okay,
It's urgent.
please hold, and I'll leave the meeting, or I can tell her, I'll call you back in let's try it again. Let's see.
That's me.
Silent and priority check, and she's hearing now. See? The person you're trying to blah blah blah. If it's urgent, press star. If not, now you need to press star.
Star?
Yeah.
It even gives you the
Oh,
status.
see that? No, it says
Now I
the
can
color
tell
is
her,
indicated. It's
I'll
urgent.
call you back, or I'll call you back, and now I can drag it. I can call you back in 40 minutes, 30 minutes, or I can later.
That's very cool.
It's
And
cool, yeah.
say, and she will hear. I'll call you back in an hour.
Wow.
Oh, I heard it.
It actually
Wow,
says it.
that's amazing.
And now the device will ask me, would you like me to add a reminder in 1 hour to call that person?
That's what I'm talking about. Bringing all that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly.
Smart device.
This
That's
is what
great.
we're doing.
When an email comes in with like an attachment of PDF, Word.
Yeah, no problem.
We got
Viewers.
file viewers for Office 2007, Office 2003 file formats, PDF, all that stuff. Pretty solid.
How about
selection.
third-party apps?
So third-party apps, we do have plans to create an SDK. Obviously, there are a lot of control issues here because you see how integrated everything
Right.
here to one another. So you don't just throw apps in here that are just sitting on top. So you have to kind of open a channel into what's happening here, but you got to make sure that quality-wise people are. You got to make sure that you control the quality of things so they integrate properly into the system.
Yeah, you just don't want some crappy
Yeah,
app
exactly.
coming
You
up
don't
there.
want
And then
Facebook. Let's go back to Facebook. I don't want a Facebook application that is a
Standalone,
Standalone.
sitting on
I
the
want
side,
to allow the
dumb,
developers to be connected to my contact.
I want it to be
directly.
on here. I want it to
Right.
be. I want it to be on display.
Right.
I want it to
Yeah.
be on. When you call me, like we said before, all that kind of stuff.
But out of the box, you've got all the communication stuff. You've got the media stuff. I mean, you've got.
We have two parts to the application side. One part is we got music. We are going to build, in addition to that, a video store. So you can download movies, TV shows, etc. to your device. We are going to build a gaming store as well. So you have three stores that we're going to provide. The second two, the last two will be probably version 1.1. And so we're giving a rich, out-of-the-box offer as is. In addition to that, we will come with an SDK for developers and for application store as well. But we believe we're bringing a rich enough offer as is. But we are allowing our users to enjoy additional applications as well.
What's the web browser based on? Is it like a?
Basically, it's based on NetFront, but
Okay.
we are changing it. NetFront.
About a customized version for you guys?
Yeah,
So-
it's more than that. The engine will be customized.
Because NetFront, I've used NetFront before on NetFront Access, like on a Windows mobile device and things like that. It's a pretty good browser.
We want to improve it. We believe it's not good.
That's good.
enough as
One
is.
of the issues is that NetFront is more of a mobile browser, and we would like to give something that's closer to a desktop class browsing experience. So we're about to make the switch over to WebKit.
Oh, yeah.
That is so WebKit gives you more of a desktop class browsing
Yes.
experience. So
Right.
that's definitely something
Cool.
that's going to be at release.
How does it handle, like, say you have Wi-Fi on? Is it smart that way too, as far as you're out of a Wi-Fi zone, so it doesn't worry about it. You come into a
Connection
Wi-Fi
management,
zone.
It remembers your connection. It prefers Wi-Fi to 3G, but if it's not available, it'll go to 3G.
Okay.
All that stuff is in there. And actually that's something that was a lot of emphasis we put on. It's pretty clever connection management goes on in here. So that's good.
I want to show you an example for multitasking. Let's say
It's a good demo.
I'm in
Should
my,
make this is a
Yeah.
cool thing.
let's say I'm playing a song. I'm listening to my music on the device, but I still want to use the device. All I have to do is get out of the application. See, the application
has
is
it up
still
there.
running on the
Yeah.
background. I can hide it.
So
Now it glows to remind you that I'm still there.
Still there? Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry.
Now, if I want to, I can of course open the application back. But that was just an example. I mean, you can still use your device. You can navigate. You can browse the device, and the player is in the background.
What's the display? Is it an OLED display too? The main display?
The main display is an LCD from Sharp, 854 by 480.
Okay.
Very high resolution.
Yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
basically that's it.
What's that bottom? Is that like a ticker status deal?
Yeah, we have a service that is we call it Live Paper. I mean, it's part of the out-of-the-box services we are providing. It's an RSS-based feed.
Okay.
You could customize. I'm interested in Australian rugby, New York Knicks, London Stock Exchange, and the weather in Moscow.
Okay.
So you'll get here on the ticker with updates, and if you'll press on it, it will open an entire article with pictures, videos, and you can read everything that happened there.